most esteemed reader. After many eventful years, I have finally found the time to write down the incredible story of my only student. It begins on the day I found a small child on the banks of the big river. It was an unreal day, and the sky showed signs of great events to come. I reared the little boy as if he were my own son. Very soon, I became aware of his extraordinary talent for magic. Years passed by, and I taught the boy as well as I could. But I could never really satisfy his hunger for knowledge about everything to do with magic. So, the day to say goodbye inevitably came, because I knew that the boy was drawn to the mysteries of magic. He was bound for the legendary Academy of Avencast, shrouded in ancient myths. Built above mysterious caves with crystals which rumors tell are filled with souls from ancient times. The secrets of this Academy for Magic Instruction are watched over by the High Council of the Archmages, which guides the fate of the Citadel with watchful eyes. And so my protege entered this world of marvels and magic. In the classrooms of Avencast's Academy, the young adepts are learning about the mysteries of magic. Our young hero is paying very close attention to the words of Exivarius, the alchemy instructor.
And will our slumbering young friend surely be able to repeat what one usually makes from red sulfur and silver moon dust? You are not concentrating enough on your lesson. Alchemy seems to bore you, and that is happening at the expense of the other adepts. Go to your mentor, Malveren, and talk to him about the best way forward with your education. I don't think you should be here with the attitude you have now, in any event. There is no point in teaching you any more alchemy if your interests so obviously lie elsewhere.
ist denn die Stunde jetzt eingehst du mir die Haare? Ich selber noch nicht. Oh Mann, und du hast mich schon wieder verkehrt.
Also ich bin mir eigentlich ganz nervös. Lass dir das nicht gefallen.
Was ist denn die Stunde jetzt eingehst du mir die Haare? Ich selber noch nicht. Oh Mann, und du hast mich schon wieder verkehrt.
How long are you intending to stand around here? Go on, see to it that you get to Malvern.
Was ist denn die Stunde jetzt eingehst du mir die Haare?
So, what is it that brings you to me at this hour of the day? Are you not supposed to be having lessons in alchemy right now? You fell asleep. I marked that you have talent, young friend, but you fail to take things sufficiently seriously. Even if you are bored by the alchemy lectures, you should listen attentively, so as to be truly a master of what you learned here later on. But Exivarius is probably correct in saying that there's no point in forcing you to pay attention. And by now you have already learned quite a lot about theory. Let's look ahead. Probably it's just about time to put more emphasis on your practical education. You should also already be thinking about preparing for the big examination. Therefore, I will send you to 3 masters. Each of them will have a task for you by which you have to prove yourself. In return, each will place his seal on a petition for your admission to the final Avencast examination. We will speak again once you have obtained all 3 seals. First, I will send you to Horatio. In his arena, you will face your first opponents, and you will practice the various martial arts. He will also explain where you can find the other 2 masters. When you have Horatio's seal, you also have to report to Masters Archibald and Della Gastera. Archibald will put your knowledge of crystals to the test, and Della Gastera will assign you a task concerning the history of Avencast. Whether you go and contact Archibald first, or Della Gastera is your choice. Go now and take your parchment with you, and this map of the Academy as well, for good measure. Do not disappoint me again.
The combat training with Horatio is really hard. I am so clumsy even in the basic exercises. If it should continue like that, then it will take me forever to get his seal. Oh, if only Gorlin's prices for armor were not so inflated. It's funny somehow that the gnome turned up here. I once heard that gnomes are able to travel through the dimensions. They are strange folk indeed. I can't really trust them.
Greetings. You must be here to prepare yourself for your final examination. I will be introducing you to the high art of combat in my arena. Do you think you are prepared for real combat already? Or should I show you the basics first? I had thought this may be a little too much for you. Well then, proceed straight into the arena. Let's see how you hold up in combat practice. We shall begin with a simple blows training for close combat. I am going to make a hovering dummy appear. Try to hit it with your staff as often as you can until it is destroyed. That looks quite good already. Let's try your skills at ranged combat now. It's a bit of a challenge to keep focused on moving targets. I am going to make a number of targets appear. Try to hit them all. Very good. In conclusion, you should practice some dodging in combat. That is one of the most important lessons. I am going to make an obelisk appear at the center of the arena. Try to hit it from the perimeter of the arena while not getting hit by its projectiles. Aside from normal dodging to the right and left, forwards and backwards, also try to jump and roll as well. Good. I think that you are ready for some real combat now. You have to win 4 fights, after which I shall give you my seal. But should you want to repeat the practice rounds once more, you are certainly welcome to do so. Don't worry, nothing will happen to you. That is, aside from maybe making a bad impression. But nobody was born a perfect fighter. I am going to summon creatures which you will fight against. When I see that you are not up to it, I will interrupt the fight. It is better to repeat such a fight than having to live with a bad result. Well, let's get started then. You should know that you must win the first 2 consecutive fights. You will, of course, have to face a more difficult situation in every following round. You can face the 3rd and 4th fights later if it gets to be too much for you. Have you understood the principles? Congratulations on passing the first round. Get ready for your next opponent. I was sure that you would not disappoint me. That already looks quite promising. Do you want to carry on with the third and fourth fights, or is that too much for you all at once right now? Let's try it again from the beginning. You seem to be holding up well. Prepare yourself for your next opponent. Alright, let's try it again from the beginning. You seem to be holding up well. Prepare yourself for your next opponent. You have talent. You shall get my seal, for you have earned it. But I would really like to see how you hold up against even stronger opponents. It would also be good practice for you. Would you like to give it a try? All right. Maybe you will feel like coming round later. You will find Archibald in the Crystal Workshop in the southwest wing. Della Gustera holds class in the room west of the Alchemy Lecture Hall.